Game begin.
Okay, so hi everybody. My name is David. I run the European office for COM2US. We are the Korean outpost, the European outpost of a Korean company. That means that mostly under normal circumstances, we need to go out and drink a lot of soju with our team. We need to sing a lot of karaoke. We need to eat weird foods. We need to wear strange costumes. And sometimes we even meet the Swedish king and the Korean president because we're doing an eSports tournament where the Swedish players of our game play against the Korean players of our game. Mostly, we deal with a lot of mobile games. Our company has released hundreds of titles, and the most important one is Summoner's War. Summoner's War is a mobile RPG. There's turn-based battles. You collect a lot of characters. It's been around for about 7 years now, a little bit longer actually. It's been the #1 top grossing game in 90 countries. It's doing really, really well all around the world. The revenue is very evenly split across Europe, USA, and then Asia, which is quite unique for a mobile game and a game with the style that we have. So we've been very fortunate with that game, and it's kind of the thing we spend the most of our time on. In our office in Europe, which is based in Berlin, we provide community management and customer support. Much like what we just learned about in the presentation before us, we do a lot of marketing, like local marketing, brand marketing, influencer marketing, and a lot of events, if we can. All across Europe, we do localization in 7 languages, and we also support our international localization with a lot of localization engineering. And then we provide some finance, HR, and admin support for not just our company, but also studios that COM2US has acquired in Europe, like, for example, Out of the Park Developments, which gave a presentation earlier today. Here are some examples of what we've done. I just want to show some nice pictures. We did a beautiful billboard campaign for Summoner's War in 2017. We did a massive TV campaign as well during that time. We've been to Gamescom 4 years in a row until it stopped running real life events last year. We have launched a game called Skylanders Ring of Heroes to the top 1 chart position in Europe, in Germany, France, and many other European countries in 2019. We have hosted several eSports tournaments in Summoner's War. It's a mobile game. We have a real-time arena in the game, and we have very competitive players. And so we have done a lot of cool offline events, and with also very high viewership numbers on Twitch and YouTube. The World Finals in 2019 was kind of the highlight that we did. This was in Paris, about 1,500 people in the audience in an old theater, and we had a like really TV style quality production with over 1.2 million viewers on YouTube and Twitch. That was really, really great, sponsored by Google Play. We have done community events all across Europe in cities like Paris, Stockholm, Moscow, Lyon in France, Cologne, many different countries. We are currently doing a weekly show with that's called Le Mobile with our friends from Webedia France, where we talk about mobile games every week. And of course, Summoner's War is kind of a big part of that show every week. And we have done virtual productions during the pandemic, and we've done a virtual Summoner's War World Arena Championship as well. And we have launched this year the game Lost Centuria, again, top 1 in a lot of European countries. So there's a lot of stuff that we've had going on. Our group as a whole is pretty big. We have offices all around the world. The most important one is certainly our headquarters in South Korea, the US office in Los Angeles, and then our office in Berlin. But we also have offices in Japan, China, Taiwan, Vietnam, Thailand, and other countries. Our revenue in 2020 was about $514 million. That makes us around 10% the size of Electronic Arts and about 200% the size of InnoGames. And the focus in our group is games. We have a lot of mobile games that we are publishing. We have acquired a lot of mobile game studios and also PC studios now in Korea and also other parts of the world, like Out of the Park Developments, for example. We also do content in the sense of like comics, TV series, webtoons, and things like that. So we own a few production studios in Korea that have done, for example, the special effects for Space Sweepers and Sweet Home, which are two successful Netflix shows. And we also invest a lot in blockchain. So if you're following this kind of thing, then you might know that we invested in Upland, Candy, Mythical Games, Sandbox, Animoca Brands, and quite a few other things. We've also announced a partnership with Terra, which is a blockchain from Korea. It's a proof of stake blockchain, not a proof of work blockchain. So it's reasonably environmentally friendly. And all our games that will launch in 2022 will have some sort of play to earn or play to own or whatever you want to call it mechanic, which in my opinion is very cool because we're doing something really new. And I'm not aware of any other developer or publisher of our size or bigger that is doing this kind of commitment in this space. It's certainly controversial at the moment, maybe, but I think it's quite exciting. Our office in Berlin has been around since 2014. We are 50 people exactly as of this moment, and still growing for next year because we have lots of stuff going on. Right now, we are all working from home very flexibly as well. We will probably not return to a come to the office every day setup. We're currently defining how we will work from now on, but it will just be a work from home environment, and we will have an office where you can go if you want. We have a very international and diverse workforce, as like everybody else who's been giving presentations today as well. It's almost 50-50 boys and girls. Certainly my management team is absolutely 50-50. And I'm very happy about that. We have solid time tracking and an overtime compensation system. So we do have overtime, we do events, we do big marketing campaigns, we do big projects that involve our community. So sometimes we just have to do overtime. We do a lot of streaming. It just happens. We also have weekend work and things like that, but we also try to take care of our people so that they don't get totally overworked. And I think what's also important these days when you talk about diversity and so on and so forth, is that all our jobs can be done part-time because there are other things in life that are important, like family or kids. And so we support that as well. We have a few people working part-time right now, not that many, but I encourage anyone to apply also if you want to work part-time, and then we'll just see what happens. For next year, we have a few interesting projects coming up and that people might be working on if they join our company. The first one is Summoner's War Chronicles, which is an MMORPG in the Summoner's War world. We also have comic books for this. We have a YouTube animation. We have new mangas coming out together with Toei Animation from Japan. And Summoner's War Chronicles will also be the first game that is both mobile and PC from our company. So it's going to be maybe comparable to Genshin Impact in the sense that you can play on both platforms. And it will have play to earn mechanics. And we will roll out this game over the course of next year, and that would be very exciting and also new for us. We will probably also work on Cookie Run Kingdoms, which we are publishing together with the developer, which is called Dev Sisters, and we will likely take over the European community management for that game, so specifically the German and French community management. We will also certainly have another round of Summoners War World Arena Championship, so lots of eSports tournaments, lots of streaming going on in German, French, and other languages. We will hopefully be able to do lots of events for our community again, so going to things like Gamescom or other trade shows. Let's see how they will operate next year, but I hope we can go back to that because that was always very rewarding. And because we also own a stake in Skybound Entertainment, which is the company behind The Walking Dead, this will mean that we will have a Walking Dead game coming out next year. We're actually working on 2 different Walking Dead games with slightly different gameplay, and we will very likely have one of those out at some point next year. So those are kind of the high-profile projects that we have going on. And in terms of roles that we're looking for in our studio, as I said before, we do a lot of community management. We're currently looking for a French community manager. We're doing all kinds of marketing. We are doing content production. So if you are good in front or behind the camera, maybe we can find a place for you. And you can go to LinkedIn, look for Gameville, come to us, find our company profile there, or just visit our jobs page and see what we have open. And that's it. And I think I made up a lot of time for you guys now. Thank you.
David, interesting jobs you have. 50 employees are only in Berlin. How much
Yes,
you? How much are you worldwide?
the group is about 2,000 people, I think.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's that's a lot of a lot of employees. So you said you also can give part time. So I think that's the right way. How is it with crunch times in your company?
Well, our office is a publishing service office, so we don't develop in Berlin. So I
Okay.
cannot speak to developer crunch at all because that's not what we do. I can imagine that in Korea or wherever our people are developing, that sometimes things are hard. For us, we have these events that we do where we typically have like 1 or 2 very intense weeks, and then the weekend that we have to work through. The event actually has to come together. You should know about that. You're doing an event right now. It
Yeah.
also involves a lot of long hours in the
Yeah.
lead up to the event, but it's not like months and months and months and months where you're never resting. So
Okay.
I wouldn't say we crunch that badly, but of course there are some teams and some groups that have to do a bit more work at some point. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So if you have finished to get finished a game, I think it's important, but it's a good idea to get employees part time. Yeah. That was very fast. So my colleague Maria is also here. So she's sitting on her chair and waiting for the next interview. But do you want anything to say to our people that are hopefully important for this? Can you give any starter tips? How is it? Do you want trainees, or is it like employees all the time?
Well, we hire on all kinds of levels, I would say. So we are happy for experienced people. We're also happy for people that don't have so much experience. We take interns occasionally, depending on the position.
Okay.
I think for a lot of jobs, there is no formal training these days, but it's good to have some sort of community experience or whatever experience you can have. But we hire for all kinds of levels. And I think you should be confident in your ability and just apply if you think the job is interesting for you and explain why you want to do it. And then we'll see if we agree.
Yeah, nice. So internals, we have the question before 2 talks, and yeah, this is the right address. Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope you will have a nice day and a nice week.
Thank you.